Good evening. How's everybody doing today? It's your boy, Coach Lee. Happy Monday to you. Hope you had a great weekend. As we always do, we 4 days away from the weekend. Back at it like we're mad at it. Man, we got a great show for y'all as always, each and every night. Before we get it started, got the crew back up in here. First off, right off the bat, my man looking mean, but he always clean. And he coming in on the scene. Let's get my boy over here, Meta Watt.
It's been a murder somewhere, but it ain't me. If you get Jim, don't mention my name. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Monday. Playcall sheet. Week 7 wrap-up. Thanks, Coach, for bringing me in. My name's Tuquan Watt. How you doing today? Hope everybody had a great weekend. You know how we do it over here. We talk NFL tonight, so we will give you a little dose of what we got in the chamber. Turning from Urkel to Stephon. If you know, you know. But before we continue here, don't see the man on my screen. Is Willie available? I don't know if I can bring him in. Is he here? I don't see him. Okay.
I'll bring myself in, B.
Here he comes, man. Okay. Because I'm telling you, man, I'm using this new computer, and usually it has you at the bottom when to come in, and I can just take you in. But I only see myself right now on the bottom.
I'm guessing because you switched. It happened to me when I tried to switch browsers so I could use the browser that had a pop-up blocker. Because you're in a whole new browser, that browser doesn't have the password. You're not an admin right now. You're just a guy. You're a jag.
I'm a jag. Hey, I'm a jag, and I'm good. I'm a good jag. You know why? Because I love being just another guy. You know why? Because nobody can beat just another guy up. You know what I'm saying? Let's resume the talk, man. Hope everybody. How was your day, Will, man?
It's good, man. It's been the weirdest intro in a while, but it's good, man. I'm chilling.
It's good, right?
Watching some football, rooting for coaches, Rangers, which you can't stop watching. I see you.
Shout out, man. Texas Rangers and Houston Astros playing in a pivotal game 7 here. Rangers looking good so far, and this may be the start of the end of the era for the Houston Astros. Maybe not, but hey, they're always there every year. And rather somebody beats them or they beat the other team, man. They're always there. So shout out to the Astros. Shout out to the Rangers, man. A team that was below the radar, like way below, like we'll say top 10 picks in the MLB draft. And then in the off season, they signed a bunch of talent. Though some of the talent got hurt, they were able to keep the team shit, the leadership, and they're here. So, hopefully that ends up. Minnesota Vikings as well against the 49ers. Minnesota's up 7-0.
What?
49ers heavy favorite tonight. by a touchdown, though, but a lot of the money, 90% had the 49ers winning, costing 10% of Minnesota Vikings. So we'll try to keep you on top of that as well. But fellas, what's going on? What's the other bets? I mean, bets.
Bets. He means bets. Yeah, we know.
All the bets tonight, man.
Drink up, bro. Drink up.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, we had an incredible start to the week 7. We're ending it tonight. Week 6 last week kind of surprised people. Week 7 did a little bit of the same for the most part. Fellas, man, I'm going to start with you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
And everything you've seen in week 7, what was you the most fascinated with, and what was you the least fascinated with?
The one that I was the least fascinated with is Buffalo. Buffalo was my version of the Lions a couple of years ago. They looked like they was the favorites to make some noise, but they're just underachieving, man. I think I'm out on the Buffalo bandwagon now. And as far as what I did like, or what I thought was good, I hate to admit it, but those damn Eagles, man. They handled business yesterday. And they went out and added some talent we're going to talk about a little bit later.
Yes, we are.
Absolutely. Going to talk about those mighty Eagles and their victory last night against Philadelphia. Well,
I was most fascinated just in general about all the upsets. There was an upset Sunday yesterday. There was a bunch of them. And one of those upsets that I was least fascinated with was that my Patriots can't even lose right. The Bears win, and then we go out and lose. I mean, we go out and win when we should have just lost. But I'm being a bad fan. I know how it works. You're supposed to always root for your team, even if you want to think about the future. Root for your team now. But yeah, man, we had a chance to be one of the worst teams in the league, record-wise.
So who are you hoping y'all draft?
Despite the recent struggles, I think we could do a lot with Caleb.
Okay, still on Caleb. Okay.
I'm still on Caleb, but I do like what I see from Penix. I don't know how that'll translate, but I think he's doing real well over there. He also had I think a subpar game this week. Also, I'm liking the more I watch him, the more I like McCarthy. I'm warming up to him a little bit. Plus, I like that he now.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I like that he has an NFL quarterback as a coach.
True.
I
was going to ask too. I think I saw or heard today that he's the favorite for the Heisman right now.
Jay McCarthy's the favorite for the Heisman right now over Penix. Penix had a 27-for-42 game for 275, threw 2 picks and a 15-7 win against Arizona State. Kind of in the trenches game. For me, it's like, though he struggled in the passing department and stuff like that, still able to win a game. But hey, Michigan still has Ohio State, still have McCarthy to probably play bad one game. Penix could probably take it back, but it's gonna be a great race to see who does win the Heisman Trophy.
Let me ask you this: when we talking about McCarthy and what his team's doing right now, what are your thoughts on some of the accusations that have come out?
Just a great team playing great, and somebody wants to blame for something. Now, rather they're wrong or right, or did it or not, we don't know yet. This is giving Patriot vibes. At first, people kind of like, nah, they just lying. They ain't doing it. Soon enough, more and more people will talk about it, and possibly that will be the downfall. But for right now, going into this season and ending it the way they want to, I think they're going to be right on course to do it. It's going to be something that probably is discussed after the season's over. Knowing this situation, can Michigan win the title? That's the question. Now, if they don't win the title and then they get spanked for this, that's going to be crazy. But in all, just keep playing the way they're playing. They're dominating teams. And my thing for them is they get past Ohio State. We'll see what happens next.
Shout out to Bobby. He says, if LSU beats Bama, does Daniels become the favorite for the Heisman?
He's an LSU guy, so he's reaching there. Maybe. He's having a good season. It's all love, Bobby. You know that. Look, he's having a good season, but I don't know. It's gonna be rough.
Nope.
I think it could be by default because all the other guys who were in the lead are starting to fall off on their own.
Yep.
That's true.
And that's one thing I'm about to say too. Losses. Yeah. LSU has 2 losses right now. Now, yeah, I'm not gonna say he will, but hey, he'll be in the betting odds department if they beat Alabama. I don't think he'll win the Heisman, but if he plays a great rest of the season, he could potentially be in one of those cheers at Heisman night. But I don't think he'll win the Heisman. I don't even think they'll beat Alabama. So,
here's the thing, though: a two loss SEC team versus a 1 loss from another conference, you're gonna have a little leeway there because SEC is stronger conference. So, whatchamacallit? Shador's out. He ain't gonna win it.
I got a dark horse.
Caleb already got, 2 losses now outside of that. Go ahead. Who you got?
Marvin Harrison Jr. I know it's going to be harder for him being a wide receiver.
Yeah.
But what he's doing right now, he's putting on a clinic.
It helps the journey, but it should help. It hurts the journey, but it should help him the fact that his quarterback isn't that great and he's still putting up numbers.
That part. Because he is struggling.
Absolutely, man. So while we in here, man, let's get this top 10 rankings, man. The Associated Press.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're throwing in the top 10 mode right now as we start the next week up. Number 10, Penn State didn't do what they were supposed to do on Saturday, losing to Ohio State. That's kind of the cream of the season, I feel, for them in terms of national championship hosts. But, hey, they're still in the top 10. They still got a chance, I guess. But devastating loss, man, to Ohio State team that definitely reached on your schedule and you want to beat. We see shout out to Bree, man. Speaking of immunity, man. Shout out to him. Incredible show. I believe Thursday. Survival specials. Every night after Survival, the next day, they give you their recap, their thoughts, and where their mindset is in terms of the show. So shout out to her and the fabulous team that they build over there, to produce those shows. And all the other great things she does for not only herself and her peers, but for this group here. So shout out to her. Number 9, Alabama. Previously number 11. We got number 8, Oregon. Previously number 9. Number 7, Texas. Previously 8. What a game against Houston. That game was wild. Number 6, Oklahoma. Still at 6. Oklahoma's undefeated. They still got a knacker's chance, man, to get in one of those 4 spots. And that win over Texas probably overhauls, in my mind, Texas's bid. But we'll see because they have a rematch, possibly at the end of the season, which should be electric. So let's see what both teams can stand.
Both teams should win out and meet back up again for the Big 12 championship.
Absolutely. And now we have number 5, the Washington Huskies. As we just mentioned a few minutes ago, rough outing against ASU, but they get the win. They can't have another game like that because this is where the committee kind of slips you out because you're not winning the games the way they feel you're supposed to win games based on how you're ranked. So be careful of that, mindful of that Washington could win out but lose spots. Because like Will mentioned a few minutes ago, with the big Power 5 schools, the better of the Power 5 schools, they get advantages sometimes. So you got to watch out for that. For real. Number 4, we got the Florida State Seminoles. Man, it is crazy to see that we're chanting Seminoles. Well, not me, but, their fan base. At this time of year, has been a long time since kind of mutual. Hopefully it stays mutual because football is great with Florida State. So while it's good. We got number 3, Ohio State Buckeyes.
They had Jameis. They were doing all right with Jameis.
No. They had Jameis. How long was it ago?
Yeah, it's a little while.
Rip ago, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Florida, even in their demise a bit, they get the hype. Obviously Florida, been getting hype for the last 15 years, but Florida State needs to be somewhere. If Florida can't knick-knack them, Florida State needs to knick-knack them. Mention that Ohio State at 3. They got the best receiver in the nation. Overall, Ohio State got a great team. the problem with them is not the regular season. It always comes BCS time and in the playoffs. If they could possibly beat Michigan, they'll be there again. Possibly the same situation it was last year. We got number 2, the Michigan Wolverines. We're gonna call them the Michigan Patriots. You know what I'm saying? Scandal-like things going on in Ann Arbor right now, but Michigan's gonna stay poised and keep the script going and win games and win them big. Got Michigan State paying Hitler pitches up. That's how bad they beating people nowadays. It's crazy.
Lord, I ain't know about that.
Yeah, they got in trouble for it.
Yeah, no shit.
They got all that. They got trouble. Yeah. Our president had to apologize and all this extra stuff is wild. And the number 1 team in the nation, been number 1, I guess, all season, and that's the Georgia Bulldogs. Question for you guys. From the teams that are below them, what team, in your mind, has the physical, I can say tools, but obviously, you know, anything can happen on any given, I guess, Saturday or Monday or whatever the BCS championship is played or whatever. Who can beat these guys?
Oregon.
Yeah, you believe that? You said that really fast.
They're my first choice. You know who my second choice is?
Texas.
Well, he said the guys below him. So are you talking about that's not in the top 10?
No, the guys from they're number 1. So anybody down, the rest of the field. The field.
Oh, okay. They can beat Georgia. I think. Damn. Because Michigan's kind of iffy.
Oh man, that's what they're doing.
Ohio State got quarterback issues. Florida, probably maybe between Florida State and the winner of Oklahoma and Texas. But I'm leaning towards Oklahoma because Texas got quarterback issues right now. Malik Murphy's starting, so that's to be determined. Ewers is out for a few weeks.
Well, you got any insight? Or anything you think?
I do kind of agree with Oregon. I think on the right day, Michigan can do it. But if I'm being honest, I really don't see a team. Someone's gonna have to come in as a quarterback and play out of their mind. Like the way, remember how all them mobile quarterbacks used to give Alabama trouble?
Yep.
When Alabama was at their height. Kind of like that. Someone's going to have to play out of their mind. Someone's going to have a Johnny football type of game against them because that defense is still crazy. And their quarterback isn't all that great. They do have weapons. Also, Bowers is hurt. He'll be back, but they may take a hit at some point without Brock Bowers on the field. He's the best tight end in the nation.
I have one thought on this, and I'll just say this: maybe not, probably bugging out because this team hasn't really played crazy, but they got some crazy pieces, and that's Ohio State. Ohio State almost knocked them down last year. You know what I'm saying? Different scenario, but 2020, yeah, but different scenario. But hey, maybe that's a fitting matchup. You know what I'm saying? That both teams look forward to, where it's not like, Georgia with most teams nowadays. Oh, we gonna go out there and do them dirty. Now you have those vibes. Though you see how the team's playing, it kind of makes good symmetry for a good matchup. So I'm gonna say Ohio State. I don't believe in Michigan. Though Michigan's been doing some things, I think they'll shit on themselves.
I feel like Ohio State has a good roster. I don't know if they have the quarterback to beat them.
I would agree with that. Absolutely,
that's a tough part for them. They don't have a quarterback.
And once you get into that game, it's going to come down to 2 factors. Actually, 3. Which coach makes the best adjustments? Which defense is able to hold their own? And which quarterback makes the least amount of errors or mistakes?
Look, interesting. That's true. AP top 10. Yes, looks like he is 33 on the 3 for the Vikings.
Kirk looks like he is intentionally screwing this up. So he just looks like Kirk. All right, cool.
Kirk being Kirk.
Kirk.
The Vikings get a field goal out of it. 10-0 Vikings. At the goal line, you can't do that. I hate that because it gives me Dallas vibes. You have to convert 6s in the red zone. You have to in the NFL.
My man got
the opportunity that you get over there close to that green, you got to get in between those CTs. But for real, man, week 7, man. Very interesting as we go down the scores of the games, man. Like you said, shout out to the Patriots, man, on that great victory, their comeback victory. It wasn't called a comeback, but it was a late-minute drive decision. Buffalo did take the lead.
Don't call it a comeback.
Patriots had momentum most of the game, majority of the game. Shout out to them. The Bears, Tyler
The Bears.
wins his first start in the 10-game home losing streak of the Bears is snapped yesterday after 30-12 beating of the Las Vegas Raiders. You got Hoyer running the QB. Hoyer is only Hoyer. You know, we know what he's going to produce. We know what he's going to do. He played the Patriots. He was kind of happy for him to beat his former team. But in all, he ain't it. Jimmy Garoppolo get well.
Secret Bajent, man.
The Falcons, they said they couldn't win on the road. Rilla and the guys couldn't win on the road, but young Cole Ho made sure that they was going out of Tampa with the victory yesterday, 16-13 over the Bucks. A question in this game yesterday was the status of Bijan Robinson. Was swindling around the NFL is that Atlanta Falcons potentially could be fined because Bijan was not on the injury report, but he found himself not playing yesterday. He was
just out there. I think first 6 plays he was in, no touches.
And then there was nothing out of him.
Nothing.
So yeah, man. And the Falcons still got to win. A good win in the South brings the Buccaneers to 3-3. Kind of brings them back down to earth a bit. You know, they lost to Detroit, which people ain't gonna really hog on them about. But this game this week against the Falcons, a winnable game, and you lose in the way that you lose. It's terrible. The game of the day.
Hold on.
Okay.
I just want to point out a friend of the show, James Spinoza. When I first asked him if he wanted to join the draft show, he posted it in the chat, I believe. But when I first asked him if he wanted to join the draft show, he literally sent back a message. Yeah, I'd love to. I just got finished watching tape, Division 2 tape on Travis Bajent and someone else. So I'm like, yo, this dude. Man, Jimmy be on it, man.
Shout out to James, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to the guy, man.
All
we're gonna say we gonna call him. We gonna start giving him the James bomb. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, James bomb tonight. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for blessing Tyler's name just around the surface. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, Gato ain't got to be on tape to be mentioned, man. And that's the support he rings and that's the support he gives, you know, to the group. So shout out to him, man. The game of the day yesterday. Would you have thought that the game of the day would have been, to me, in terms of just the action, the Browns against the Colts yesterday? What the hell was all that? Questionable calls, too, on that Browns last drive as they hit the touchdown. So questionable calls by the referees. We'll get a little bit into that saga later. But in all, man, the Browns, P.J. Walker, looking like a winner. Deshaun Watson was out there early, similar to Bijan, and then couldn't go.
Well, you got to say it right.
It's a new thing in the NFL. Play 5 minutes and then you can't go. You know? So the Browns 39, Colts 38. Yes, go ahead.
I saw somebody mention it. Is this the worst one-sided trade since the Herschel Walker trade?
Yeah, because they gave up a bunch and also paid him everything that the franchise had. My man Caleb out here trying to get stock options, and they basically gave it to Watson. They paid him so much to be mid as hell. He's not even mid, he sucks right now. And it's not like he ain't got weapons. I mean, I know his star running back is down now, but he got Cooper out there, he got Peoples-Jones, he got Njoku, and he ain't doing nothing.
Is it safe to say he's probably one of the 3 or 4 lowest performing QBs in the league right now?
Statistically, I'm sure it's 100% accurate. I'm pretty sure he's not doing anything. So yeah, he's one of the worst starting QBs in the league right now. And we'll emphasis on starting. We don't even know how long that's going to be. He might lose his job.
Yeah, it's starting to look that way, man. Because he's between these mysterious injuries where the team said he was ready to go. He said he wasn't. That's building up some animosity in there. And I think they definitely got buyer's remorse about it now.
Of course. Whose buyer's remorse is worse, theirs or the Broncos? At least Russ is balling.
Buyers at the end of the day.
Yeah, no. Russ is actually putting up some numbers right now.
To me, it's just you don't leave. We all said Russ shouldn't have left Seattle. Like Russ figured he was a big boy, and I could do it all by myself, and he left. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, he's not a bad QB. He just had to get situated now. Now you're acclimated. Your team still sucks. But like you said, you're still, saying you're doing your thing, trying to keep your name afloat, man. So, I'm going to go with Deshaun Watson in this situation because it's like, dude, you was a top 3 quarterback. A top 3 quarterback. And then the scandal alone still had you as a top 5 quarterback. And then since you've come back, it's kind of like you're just a jag.
I'm gonna go with. I totally agree with Lewis on this. It would say Cleveland. On the simple premise, Russ really ain't got much. He has no running game there. The line is in shambles. They released two of their top defensive players, so they're actually kind of in tank mode. But he still is competing. Versus Deshaun got the best defense. Yeah, he's got a service. Yeah, Chubb is gone, but he's got a serviceable 1-2 punch in the backfield.
Ford been balling. He been doing all right.
You got Coop, you got Njoku, you got weapons, and you laying eggs out there. So shout out to Lewis, man. You're right.
Shout out to Lewis, man. Hey, we have to talk about it. I obviously, you may think that they lost to a juggernaut or a better team, but how you feel about the Lions today after you waking up today?
They got smoked, man. They didn't come to play. They got destroyed.
That Calvin Johnson, Barry Sanders pack, that 54.7 TAC. That's what the Lions were smoking yesterday, but it didn't get them high. Only bought them low as they lost to the Ravens yesterday. Man, what a game overall from the Ravens, the defense and the offense. You know what I'm saying? Particularly Lamar Jackson, not only finding his man Mark Andrews on tight end day, but overall this looking in sync, looking good. Don't have to pass 40 times. You know what I'm saying? 21 for 27. Efficient, 2 for 3. The Lions, still heads up for them if you're a fan. Hey, you're going to lose games like this sometimes. The NFL, man. Every game, you're not going to look like, the Rams of 2000. You're not going to look like that. You're going to go back. You're going to get back to reality, and there's some games you're going to lose. But keep your head up if you're the Lions.
They lost to a better team.
They lost to a better team in this situation.
Better team.
We have to say. Yes, we have to say. And now I'm going to say it right now. And after watching yesterday's games and the week before, we can put the Eagles there, of course. They was in the Super Bowl last year. But the only team that I'm going to say is like legit are the Chiefs. And that's because of what they've done in the last few years, the resume and all that. I'm not going to call any other team, including my Cowboys, legit contenders, 49ers. Whatever. 49ers. Nope.
They are.
No, I'm talking about overall, just overall round. Like the 49ers, okay, they made it to the they made it to the NFC Championship game twice in a row, 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put them there, but we know something at the end is gonna happen. With the Chiefs, we're predicting that something's gonna happen at the end, like we are with all things. But we know we're just talking shit because they're the best legit team in the league right now. Well, everybody else is like, we kind of say what's gonna happen and it happens, but with the Chiefs, we're like, oh, this is gonna happen, and it doesn't happen.
Well, you could simplify it. The major difference there is
the quarterback.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes. It's real simple.
Right. Definitely, man. Shout out to
wherever he is, they're gonna have a chance of being considered the best team in the league.
Absolutely. Speaking of the Chiefs, man, put in that work yesterday. Put in that work against the Chargers. Hearing a lot of chatter today in regards to Justin Herbert. Not not a great showing yesterday. Looked like he was going to show up for the game the first 17 minutes of the game, but then it all kind of went to a fluke, and then the Chiefs just look like the Chiefs overall. Fellas, you got coaches, you got GMs, you got all that. Do you start enabling blame on Justin Herbert?
Yeah, when do we start holding Herbert as accountable as we try to hold Josh Allen, the way he gets killed?
That's true.
I think Josh has a little bit of a better team for sure, but it's not like Herbert has bums around him. So
that's true.
Right. Shout out to my man. Hey, everybody! Shout out to my man Josh too. He has not.
Yeah,
he's been on Herbert's back for the last like 2-3 years.
Ooh.
And Josh Olsen, he's because I like Herbert. I'm a Herbert guy. And Josh, he doesn't really smell Herbert. So a lot of things that Josh does get wrong, and somewhat, he's smelling right. He may not be right, but he's smelling right now.
Yeah,
so.
But he also likes Mac. He also likes Mac, so grain of salt.
Yeah, he likes Mac. Him and Jake like Mac. Jake signed an apology form to let everybody know.
No, he didn't. Jake's out.
No. No, he signed an apology form. You may not think so. I don't know. I'm just talking conspiracy.
He's still
but I got a feeling
anyway.
Let Mac have a good game next week, and Jake definitely signed that apology letter.
We'll see. Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see, man. And the Sunday night game, we're gonna talk a little bit about this one, man. First off, shout out to both teams that played last night. It was a good build-up, but for the second straight time against a primetime team, the Miami Dolphins just looked flat in the 17-31 loss to the Eagles. Though they had some bright sides, they had some defenders out. It's the game, and all we can look at the game is what we see against what they call competition or teams that could be playing in January. And looks like Miami struggles in that department a bit, but they're not familiar with that type of atmosphere. So, first off, do you guys worry about Miami, or do you think that they'll turn this around and get some defenders back, some good ones? Jalen Ramsey's practicing now. He's on his way back. They didn't have Howard. They have a lot of pieces. So, how do you take that?
I think they'll be fine. I know Howard's been banged up, like you said. Ramsey, his practicing is on his way back, so they get some people back in as far as that back end, which is supposed, because right now they just essentially been mostly outscoring teams, and they get them to be one-dimensional, and then from there they can just worry about the pass. Versus Philly, they had to worry about the run and the pass all day yesterday and got exposed with that.
True fact, Lewis, man.
Miami had some injuries, but they did take a loss. They do beat up on only bad teams so far. So, to be determined. I think recent history, like Lewis is talking about, is why we are always skeptical about Miami. Either they start slow and finish strong and still end up 500, or they start strong and they trail off. So we got to see it to believe it.
Definitely got to see it to believe. On the Eagles side, win after a disappointing loss to the Jets the week before. Bright sides, a lot of bright sides in the game for them. AJ Brown's continuing his hoist, to put his name on the ladder charts if he isn't already there with the best wide receivers in the game.
Right.
Availability is the best ability in the world. So shout out to him. They got clicking a bit in the running department. Jalen Hurts played a great game yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with him, but he did last night in the second half have a brace on his knee. Now I don't know if that's something that with the bye. I think they have a bye next week. No, they don't have a bye. They play the Commanders, and then they play the Cowboys. Is this something that we should be paying attention to?
Absolutely, that's part of his game. He's a running quarterback, and that's always been the downside with that. Your quarterback, if that's let's call it what it is, your primary weapon, it puts you in a compromising position because you try to make them the franchise quarterback, but then you got to have that little bit of concern on the other side. Are they going to be able to get down properly? Are they going to step out of bounds when they need to? Are they going to take on these unnecessary hits? All those things come into equation.
Yes, definitely. He didn't go much into it. Detailed post game. According to ESPN, because that was the first place I seen that he had wore a brace. I didn't even hear it during the game. They said it's believed to be a knee injury, but Jalen Hurts says he'll be fine. If asking for something that will be affecting him moving forward, like you said, Coach, it's something that's going to affect you. But you're a football player. You want to play for the team, and you got to remember, hey, you just got the biggity bag. So you know how we say and what we say about people with the biggity bag. Unless you can't walk or can't take 5-step drops, you are going to be playing more than likely. You know, and it's sad to see, man, that over the next couple games for. Let's check their schedule. Actually, I want to check the Eagles' schedule.
And shout out to Hurts. Last night, he tied Randall Cunningham's club record for rushing touchdowns with 32.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Definitely.
Yes,
hey, they have the schedule here. They play the Commanders this weekend coming up. They got the Cowboys the following weekend, Sunday, November 5th. And then they go, I believe, into their bye. And then they play the Chiefs following the bye. So this is real important right now for Hurts, injury-wise, and the team to stay afloat. And hopefully this doesn't linger much more than it is. You had the Commanders a couple weeks ago give you a run for your money. Dallas is going to come in there. We don't know the results of the game, but they're going to come in there looking to take your money. Teams are going to be looking to take your money, and then you got the Chiefs in the championship rematch. So focus. Hopefully Jalen can get through this, and we'll see what happens. But, to get back to a Super Bowl, and we know that's like the hardest thing to do. Let's see if the Eagles can prevail and represent the NFC again.
I think he'll be fine. They're going to protect him. They won't have him rolling out as much. They'll run more. He'll be all right.
They got serviceable backs in the backfield to take the load.
Like he played with the brace on and scrambled. So he's all right. It wasn't that.
Since we're talking about Eagles, Will, you brought something into the grapevines today. Something that happened today. Trade deadline is approaching, and teams are going to be looking and get pieces, to either try to get to the top or to just rent somebody out for a few weeks. Either or, some names are going to drop, some names are going to fly by. So, Will, what happened today in the world of sports?
The Eagles GM has done it again. I was talking earlier today, and I was like, not only does he go out and get guys that are available, but he always grabs somebody really good to fit a need, and their secondary has needed a little help. They have a solid secondary, but whether it's injury or whatever, and they also lost Charlie Gardner-Johnson in the offseason. They went out and got Kevin Beard, and he's an all-pro safety. Yeah, all-pro safety. Even though I like CGJ, he honestly is probably better than him overall as a player. So, they went from a need to an all-pro guy on that last line of defense, and he's a versatile safety, and I just think he's gonna fit them perfect. So the rich get richer once again. The Eagles
definitely 1 or 2 plays in the NFL with 600 plus tackles and 20 plus INTs since 2017, and his 27 picks are the second most in the NFL to Xavier Howard. He leads all safeties with 59 passes to defense since 2017, and great veteran
and
along the back end.
And they got him for the price of that variety mix of chips behind you.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, they got 2 low draft picks and
like a 5th and a 7th or something like that. I don't know, something like that.
And Edmund.
And
They will send safety Terrell Edmonds along with a 2024 5th and 6th round selection.
Yeah, so basically nothing.
It's a magic.
Body pack. Hey, just breaking on the game right now. Christian McCaffrey once again scores a goddamn touchdown.
In a row.
7-10 Vikings. McCaffrey so far has 11 carries for 35 yards and a touchdown. You got Brock Purdy 11 for 13 for 122. Kirk Cousins 11 for 15, 137. But Kirk gonna do what Kirk do. Best of both worlds with a touchdown. Best of worst worlds with an interception. So that's how Kirk does it. Like, can Kirk win in prime time tonight? Let's see if he can do it, man. Heavy favorites, the 49ers, as we mentioned earlier. And a minute left in the second, so they'll be going in an intermission soon. But man, listen, man, the Eagles stocked their D back department up, man. Chauncey Gardner, you didn't get the money, but the Eagles figured like, hey, we can go get somebody, you know what I'm saying, for the low, and that's what we're gonna do.
I would handle his business, man.
Yeah, that's a great GM.
Fire. Indeed, man. So, fellas, man, y'all want to take the first break? Drink some of that Jerry juice. We on a bye, but you know what I'm saying? Jerry juice still exists, man, even when we on a bye. It tastes better on a bye. So about 15, 20, we'll be back with y'all. Catch this fire commercial we got on here, and don't leave. Stay tuned.
HIT hit that the major checking in. Hey, Halloween, mark your calendars. October 28th, STWF Studios. We outside, the biggest costume challenge. And we giving away some cash, baby. Hey, I'm talking about a scholarship. Who need their bills paid? We popping out. Hey, ladies, make sure y'all got them costumes on. And who the best singer? Karaoke badge. We're going to give away some cash for that too. And I'm a celebrity judge, so I'm looking for the sexiest lady and the dopest player. Yeah, we in the building. Pop out.
It's in the building. When I hit the floor, shorty, whoa. When I hit the floor, shorty, whoa. I'ma hit it all.
They call me Mr. Hit That. They like the way I hit that. When I get the gig and everybody like he hit that. I'm back up on that gangsta shit.
Yes, sir.
Hanging out with your boys. The Parlay doing a damn thing on Monday night. The play call sheet. We just went through the games from over the weekend. Talked about the Eagles adding more talent to their back end as they march to try to repeat back towards the Super Bowl. So you know what? We need to go and take a little bit of a deeper look into that as well as some other possible trades because the trade deadline is fastly approaching.
That's what I was
for it.
At one point I was thinking like if they sold on Kevin Bird, then who else is the Titans? It seems like they're selling off now. So who else is the Titans gonna get rid of?
Trade deadline, October 31st at 4 p.m. Eastern. Say again.
You want Henry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Did you say you hope not? Because I'm looking at this, man. Tony Pollard, he's got 96 carries for 370 yards. That's taking a beating on his body, man.
Yeah, he ain't built like that.
So let's take a look at a couple of possible trade deadline options.
We got jacked up. Sorry.
They said the Panthers. Let me go ahead and pull it up here. So we get some visuals in this bad boy. So they got the Panthers get a new wide receiver. Who do you think it will be?
Thank you, Bree. We appreciate you.
Number one. That's tough.
I don't even
You're
know.
looking for a number one right now.
Hopkins.
Maybe Chris Godwin. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they would sell. They're winning.
Yeah, I mean, division can be had.
Yeah, that division's winnable, and Baker's playing well for the most part.
I don't know because you would say okay, you can go get a guy like Kirk Cousins, the Jordan Addison for 60 yards, touchdown, Minnesota goes up 16-7. Kirk, go win primetime game. Sorry about that, fellas. We on the trade deadline situation here. I would think Chase Claypool, but
Yeah, 7 seconds.
We got the ball back. They got the ball back with a minute. 7 seconds left. They had, oh my God. 49ers over here, man. Hey, I just said the only real legit team is probably the Chiefs. Let's see. But they are missing Deebo Samuel, so
they also lost
Williams.
Are they missing Trent too? Oh.
Yep.
He missed the extra point. What a bum.
Chase Claypool could have been an option, but he went to Miami. I don't know what number one they want to go.
He said number one receiver. Chase is not that.
I'm not saying it is, but that would have probably been like the radar. I figured that since Miami got him, then you kind of look at who's on the trade deadline for wide receivers. We're gonna go get a Hunter Renfro. He's not a number one either. So who are you really looking at a number one? You're gonna tank the season and try to go get Marvin next year. Why would you go get a number one now when clearly the number one guy you want is potentially going to be on your doorstep? It's going to be on your doorstep.
They
can't get Marvin next year. Bears got their pick.
Bears got that pick.
What, first and second?
No, they got their first pick, and he ain't gonna last on the second pick.
Oh, I forgot Carolina ain't got no fucking pick.
Yeah. Oh, you mean first, second overall? Yeah. They got Bears right now. Got their own pick, and they got Panthers pick. So.
Oh, I forgot the Panthers don't got their pick. So yeah, who are you gonna get?
Look,
you might as well wait till the offseason and go pay up for somebody.
Jerry Jeudy.
If Pittman keeps complaining about touches, he could possibly be available. Yeah, the Colts Pittman, I guess, is complaining about.
Okay,
touches.
you mentioned Jerry Jeudy. That's another name. These are not number one guys.
Yeah, he's not number one. I was thinking of Hopkins because they're selling already.
Hopkins could be somebody because he hasn't,
Oh yeah.
Who else are the worst teams in the league right now? Let me think. Take a look. See. Yeah, I don't know who.
Darnell Mooney.
I mean, something would be the other one. Hey, maybe since their defense is so good, maybe you want to just keep trying it out. But I was thinking, that's crazy. He stole the ball from him, just like he lost it on the pick. Amari Cooper, maybe.
I mean, with no Deshaun right now doing crazy, man, maybe Cooper is getting tired of that.
Maybe Cleveland try to get something back for all the stuff they gave up for Deshaun. I can possibly see that. That's a good call out.
Yeah. Who else? Let me think. It's not a lot available, honestly.
Hold on. There's a guy swirling around. In New England, Kendrick Bourne.
He's not a number one, but yeah, I mean, I guess they could.
I'm looking at all these potential targets for free agents for trade deadline wide receivers. There's no number ones.
Well, there is if they want to move him, but I'm pretty sure like he'd be pissed and wouldn't want to go there. Devontae Adams, because the Raiders suck. The Raiders suck, but like, why would he want to go to another shitty team? So,
well, the Raiders mentioned that they're not going to trade Devontae. They know he's feeling disgruntled, but they're not going to trade him. That's what they're saying.
But that can be all smoke and mirrors to get somebody to up some more to come get him.
Right. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I don't see. That's basically the best option so far. There's not really. Yeah, it's like I don't think there's any true number ones out of that except for like Pittman, if he's available.
Now, this one I don't understand. They say the Jets add Hunter Renfro.
Is that receiver room
trade Hardman?
Also, but that's because he just wasn't working with them. He wasn't what they thought he was, and they wasn't. I don't know, but like, also, isn't that receiver room crowded as it is?
Yeah.
So why?
I would think so. They're like what, 5-6 deep already?
Yeah. I can see Renfro being moved. I just don't know why it would be the Jets.
I don't see that. Hey, y'all. I know we talking. I love you guys, man.
You already know, bro.
We up 8-2.
Let's go.
Up 8-2. Shout out to those Rangers, man. Up 8-2, man. Over the 6-2. Oh, 8-2 now because y'all just got it. I guess it hasn't updated on my side yet. Trust coach, top of the fourth, 8-2. Texas Rangers, man. What a showing right here, man. What a showing right here. The Texas Rangers is about to go to their first World Series since what, 2005?
2011.
11. Oh, shit. I'm late with the time. Shit, man. Damn. They suck for a long time. They get there. They suck for a long time. But shout out to them, man.
They already have Garrett Wilson. They got Alan Lazard. They got Randall Cobb.
Yeah.
I don't really see the logic in that.
I don't see the logic in that either.
They're saying if Denver did trade Cortland Sutton to the Panthers, the compensation would look like a 2024 fourth round pick and a 2025 sixth round pick. But they're taking on his 3 years, $35.5 million contract.
How's Sutton going for more than Bird?
I know, right?
Makes me wonder.
Weird flex. So what we got here? New York Jets.
Dalvin Cook to the Ravens.
Yeah, I'd love that for the Ravens.
I really don't understand why he went there in the first place.
Because Aaron wasn't dead yet, was he?
No,
Aaron was there. Dalvin Cook got signed. I believe
Yeah.
he was.
I said dead.
I did say
As in
dead.
his leg. You see,
I
okay,
did say dead. I
as
said
an
dead.
availability, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
God.
yeah, okay.
I mean, yeah, if you want to show people that you are still somewhat of a decent back, you might want to get out the situation right now, and the Jets hopefully will trade him somewhere.
I mean,
But the Baltimore Ravens is a good spot.
be a perfect spot for him. Perfect, honestly.
I said it today. Don't let them get a back. Don't let them get a back and receive at the trade deadline. The Ravens. Don't let them get one. For a team that looks dangerous and it looks like they're going to be in January's edition of the NFL postseason. But listen here, don't let them get a back or a receiver, man. Lamar's hearing y'all each and every week, man. I ain't here to win y'all parlays in fantasy. I don't care about your parlays or your fantasy.
Oh, we got Tennessee Titans edge.
Danico Autry for a 25 fifth round pick to the Browns. That's it.
Oh my God.
They're already loaded.
Hell yeah. What is hell?
The rich get richer.
Wow.
You see Myles Garrett yesterday?
Jumped
Yeah, that
over
dude's a man child, man.
Dude
ridiculous.
Dude is the fastest guy in the sack department, 78 before 28.
Yeah, he a pro.
With the likes of like Reggie White and some
Man
others.
child there, man.
He's a beast.
And what's crazy about his sack numbers is he's not, like, you could speak to this coach. He's not actually really a speed rusher.
It's straight power and skill.
Like the guy, yeah, like he just be overpowering, just way more athletic than the guys.
he been like that forever. He probably came out of the womb sacking folks.
Yeah, hold on, was that last season when they had him on a season before that where he was hooping? And a legit hooper, but it's Myles Garrett, just like muscle on top of muscle on top of.
Yep.
Like he like a ball, but he's way too big for this shit. Like, why are you playing basketball?
Crazy, but this would be huge for the Cleveland Browns.
Somebody said he might be the most well put together athlete ever.
I think he is. On the deep.
Better than the size, yeah.
But look, at his peak, Braun was like 250, 260. So he's not really that much. He weighs like 280. He's not that much bigger than Braun. Braun's the craziest put together athlete I think we've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Even though he's not a popular person these days, I gotta throw my boy Herschel Walker in the hat for that.
I mean, Herschel's up there too, but Herschel isn't doing that at 6'8", 250.
No, but him and Bo was like 240, like 240, running like four threes.
Yeah, but Bo's the other one that obviously is in that. I'd also put Dion, but he's more finesse, not a lot of power. But
yeah, I would definitely, as far as like just pure specimen.
Yeah, I put Cam up there as well. Cam as well.
Yep, Cam in his prime. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I remember when he was at Auburn, there was this one play. If you remember, Patrick Peterson was fast as shit and one of the greatest athletes we've seen in college football. And there was a play where he kept it on a read option, and then basically outran Patrick Peterson, like even footing, just burned him. I was like, yo, Cam's wild for that.
Yes.
Took too many hits though.
Carolina Panthers send cornerback Dante Jackson to the Lions.
That'd be a good move for the Lions. And I guess, what are they asking? Like a 4th and a 6th? Yeah, that works. Dante Jackson's solid. He's fast as hell. And they could just use a little more help in the secondary anyway, especially because the guy they went out and got is done for the year. So, yeah.
And J.C. Horn's banged up.
Yeah.
The Raiders, we already talked about the Raiders sending Renfro to the Jets. That doesn't make any sense.
Weird. I don't know why they said
Panthers sending Justin Houston to the Jags.
that. Justin Houston to the Jags. I mean, yeah, why not?
We ain't talking about Justin Houston.
Well, then who we talking about?
No. Like, he's still in the league?
Yeah.
I'm still old as shit. That's what I meant. Like, damn. Like
I
Justin Houston. Trade deadline bait. Hey, go, man. Go.
Eyes beware.
Yeah, that part.
He's 34.
He old, but so guys like that, I don't know why this happens, but I feel like the Panthers picked up like, oh yeah, it's Justin Houston, but he's past his prime. He should have went to a team already, like them. So like, yeah, I think it'll be good for nice little pickup to add to the Jaguars. Minnesota get Ezra Cleveland.
It's in Ezra Cleveland for a 6th-round pick to San Francisco. I don't see that happening because when they're saying a couple of weeks ago that San Francisco's line, the interior of it is kind of banged up.
Yeah, and so that's why San Francisco. Yeah, that's why they want an interior guy.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I mean, Minnesota sucks, so I guess that's why they're doing that. They're winning right now, though.
Yeah. The Colts tight end Mo Ali Cox to the Bengals. Really?
Oh, Lewis, let us know. What do you think? It's his team.
The Bengals. The Colts.
No, the Colts. Yeah, he loves Mo Ali Cox. But yeah, that seems like a non-starter. I don't even know where that's gonna go. He's all right, but doesn't seem like a game changer.
Here's one for you too. Minnesota linebacker Jordan Hicks to the Cowboys for a 7th.
Nah, man.
Why not?
No disrespect to the linebackers and all that. No disrespect to Jordan Hicks. I would love to have him as an addition. That's not the fuck I'm worried about right now, man. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about this fucking offense, man. Put somebody fucking on this offense that makes me believe that we can be contenders. Like shit.
Sorry, Bree.
That's how I feel right now. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all love, Bree.
I apologize. I like Jordan Hicks, but guess what, Jordan?
Hey. She got me. But look. I mean, even if it's your offense that needs the help, if you can go out there for a 7th-round pick and get a decent linebacker, why not add the depth? You might as well do that. If you can get that, do that.
That's true.
Because you're not going to get anybody on offense for a 7th-round pick that's going to change anything. So, New England Patriots, Mills to the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, he already played
there. Go there from Philly?
No. Yeah. They can have him back. Please take him. Please take him.
Hold on. We got J.C. Jackson back. So Philly,
can swap back. Like, we got our old guy. You want your old guy back? He's trash.
Hey guys, remember Jalen? He's been crying in the locker room. He wants to go back with y'all.
Yeah, he misses Philly.
Listen here, man.
Jeez,
yo,
thanks.
What is wrong? NFL world, man. NFL world. Hey, trade deadline doesn't have the fanciest names, but a team or two gonna feel real good about acquisitions they make. You know, the Eagles right now are already one of those teams. Hey, it could be the Eagles all around because what I've been hearing, they trying to get another running back too. Who knows? Man, wide receiver, I don't know. Well, they got Julio Jones the other day, so I don't think they're gonna go get anybody else at the receiver department. But
no, they seem like a team that ends up with King Henry somehow. Fucking assholes, man.
That is gonna be wild if they do. And all definitely gonna be crazy. Hey, fellas, I just ask you a question.
Yes,
who's been sacked the most times in the NFL this season?
I just saw this.
Give me a question tonight.
Hold on. I just saw this today.
Don't Google that.
I'm not Googling.
I'm not.
My hands are here. We did the same shit, coach.
Hands up, don't shoot.
Stop resisting. I'm not resisting.
Pull over.
Pull over. How much more can I pull over? I'm already pulled over. I love that movie, man.
Hold on, too. I heard this today. It's a rookie. Is it the
Is it Bryce? No, it can't be Bryce. He doesn't play enough. Who was moving? I saw this though. You know what? I'm gonna figure it out. Hold on.
Hey, people in the chat too, man. You can answer
he's been-
too, but don't
he's been
use Google.
sacked like 42 times.
Who?
Whoever
it is, he's been sacked like 42 times.
I want to
He's on pace
say,
to break David Carr's record.
is it? Let me think. Is it? It's not Watson. No, Watson doesn't play enough either. Is it Fields?
Nope, not
No,
Fields.
It's not Fields.
Not Fields, but Fields is number 3 with 24.
Daniel Jones?
Nope.
It's not Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is number 2 with 28.
So I'm getting all the ones closer. I'm just not getting the one. It's
You're
bullshit.
just not getting the one.
I give up. Who is it?
Sam Howell of the Washington Commanders
Howell.
has been sacked 40 times, like Cole said, on pace to break the record for time sacked. The list from 4 Russell Wilson and Desmond Ridder have 20 been sacked 20 times.
Ridder
Then
was my
in
next pick.
then it's tied for 6. Ryan Tannehill and Zach Wilson has been sacked 19 times. Tied for 8th, Matthew Stafford and Derek Carr with 18 sacks taken. And number 10, Super Bowl runner-up Jalen Hurts with 17 sacks taken. So yeah, I seen that earlier today, and I'm like, shit, man, the batting and bruising that people say QBs don't take anymore because of delay hits and stuff. Well, guess what? You got Sam Howell with 40. So there you go,
There's
man.
whispers out there that he may not be that guy. They were sold on him coming into the season.
But he been playing okay. I mean, he had some bad games. He had some good games too. The Bills game was bad.
They let the wrong QB go. They should have let him go. Heineke was the guy.
Maybe. I like Heineke. But I don't know.
Heineke, and guess what Heineke is right now in Atlanta? And they keep playing with Desmond Riddler like they was playing with Mariota last season. And this is kind of what they're doing right now with Riddler.
They clearly like Ridder because he's mobile. So I think they're gonna ride with him until they get a better option. We'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Hey, we have a lot of people mess up our days, and sometimes some of our teams, sports wise, can mess up our days. But one thing in particular with all games that can affect the game is the police. Yes, we're talking NFL tonight, so we're going to talk about the police that's on the field during the games, and that's the referees. Will, tell them, boy.
Man, listen, the refs. I hope Lewis is still here because he got robbed the biggest yesterday out of anybody.
Definitely.
The refs they botched back-to-back calls at the end of the game that basically decided the game. The first pick was, I think, illegal touching or holding on a corner. That one, I could kind of see how they called it. He did impede his route a little bit, not by a lot. It was like running through an arm tackle, barely. He barely slowed him down, but I can see why they called that. But the next one right after that was a pass interference call on a pass that was basically damn near in the front row. Like, it wasn't catchable at all. At all.
Definitely wasn't catchable. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
and then they're looking at the replay, and somebody's like, well, there's some contact here. Like, what?
Yeah, it was complete bullshit.
It's going to be contact.
And then there was here. You know what? Let's do this right quick. Let's have a little fun and watch. Bring it up. Pull it up, Jamie.
It's Pickett, the sneak.
Oh, this
and he
was
looks
hilarious.
To be short initially.
That shit was crazy.
Across the
He definitely didn't get it. Look at him still trying to get it. Look at him aiming close to the line.
He is nowhere near it, honestly. Play again.
It's Pickett, the sneak.
He's
and
down.
he looks to be short initially, but did he get that ball across the line to gain?
He's like a half a yard short.
Definitely half of y'all short.
So that was that one. Let me back up out of this. Boop. And there was is this the other one? No, that's the Belichick. And here's the Cleveland Indy one.
Oh, the illegal contact. That was bullshit.
Yeah,
I seen
so
that.
bad. Yeah, that's what it was. Illegal contact. I don't care about the coach. Show me the can play. There we go.
Devon Buckner with a fucking lovely. This shit right here was crazy right here.
So look, he did get his arms on him and slow him down, but that wasn't the worst one. The worst one was the one after this, right after this.
Oh, right after the following play, right?
I don't like
Yes.
this one, Spiro.
Look at this.
First down at the 1 yard line.
That's not catchable.
I don't like it.
It's not catchable. That ball's not catchable. So, yeah, the refs getting exposed big time. I heard a good case. I was watching the Pat McAfee show, and I heard a good case. He's basically like, the main problem is that the refs are still part-time. They're not full-time because the league doesn't want to pay them all the extra benefits you get for being full-time. So instead, they employ a bunch of part-times and move them around and moving and shaking. If you do it full-time, you can actually take action when this type of shit happens. They could be better coached up, the refs, and or just more well-versed. It's bad.
Right, and then part-time too. Exactly. Like we talk about part-timers on the basketball court, we talk about part-timers here. When you're part-time and doing something, it never like exceeds. It always tends to fail. And I mean, I always put in votings who's gonna win the game. Either teams or the referees. The referees are police. And these referees are bad police. And when you see things on a Sunday like the 3 plays we just seen, maybe 2.5, because you can say Amari was clipped. But the other 2, hell no. No way. Games are decided in that fashion. You have a big screen in most fields, and you have review that you can manually take by yourself to see if that play is called right. And that doesn't happen. So it's like, what are you doing? And you can say it's the part-time referees. Pat McAfee had a great point. At the end of the day, you are $1 million plus league. You can go review it to do the right thing instead of having the wrong thing happen. And then you tell us on Monday morning, we got it wrong. Tuesday morning, sorry, we got it wrong, and we're sorry, and we know we got it wrong. And no, you can get it all right on Sunday. Some people are gonna be mad at it, but if you go back to it, what can we really say? If you went back to the review. Like all that, we don't need to go back to it no more. That ended in like 1999. When Madden 2001 came out, there was review. Like, there's a review for a reason. In the last 2 minutes. That's no excuse.
Yeah, everything, they're going to eventually have to move into the stage of everything under 2 minutes is reviewed. Any kind of play needs to be reviewed.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
The NFL, no fucking loop. That's my new thing, man. The NFL, no fucking loot.
So they got they just don't want
definitely, man.
to share shit with nobody.
Drove it back, man. Hey, we're in the second half of the 49ers, Vikings. Let's see what's going on over here. San Fran's at a 2nd and 25 at the 21, but seems to be that Purdy. They thought he fumbled the ball, but I guess after review they got it back. So they're punting now to the Minnesota Vikings at their 21 with 11:45 left in the third quarter, 16-7. Minnesota gonna put an upset on Monday, and Micah Parsons is gonna somewhat be right again for the second straight week in regards to teams. Man.
I'm glad you brought that up. I totally agree with him. Give everybody else that same energy.
Mm-hmm. Real talk. And I told him last week, stop doing podcasts, bro. And I'm going to still say it. Stop doing podcasts. But, bro, you pitting the jinx on people, I love it. I love it, man. And all. But, hey, out the bye, Cowboys. I got to talk about you once this week. Come on, man. Come out this bye with some intensity, man.
Yeah.
Real talk, man. Which brings us.
Like, I ain't trying to hear that.
Coach, you know me, man.
Did the Patriots make the top 10 rankings this week, man? We're gonna find out tonight, man.
So that's what we're doing now. Okay.
Well, my fault. Yeah,
no, it's okay. That's what we're doing. I see.
Hey, nah. The best win of the week came from the Patriots, though, man. Hey, I took the live bet at the end of the game when they got the ball back. I said, yeah, they're gonna win this. I can't believe Buffalo fucked that game up like that. But the Patriots played a way better game than them. Patriots were driving. Patriots were doing good things. And hey, it's matchups, man, in the NFL. How many times has Belichick made Sean McDermott shit his pants just about? Just about once every season. You know, so yeah. Foes. Number 10 on the list. Buffalo Bills, 4-3. Last week at 8, they escaped Buffalo with a win over the Giants, but the Patriots did not let them get away with anything yesterday. Defensive struggles yesterday, which is surprising because when Buffalo's hailing on offense, the defense kind of keeps them in, but the defense kind of shammed them up yesterday.
I was looking for it, Coach, and you found it.
I got you, fam.
I figured,
Sure, man.
The fact that it wasn't up already is why I was looking. I'm like, well, Coach would have had this already if he had it.
Number 9, Pittsburgh Steelers, 4-2 and Will. Hey, Coach, can we talk for a second? I said there's 2 teams. I was talking to my coworker today. There's 2 teams in the NFL that even if you gave them a script to tank, they can't. The New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I'm not saying that Pittsburgh should be in tank mode, but if they was the tank, they wouldn't. Because earlier in the season, it looked like, you know, and it's still fire Matt Canada, fire Mike Tomlin. But
it's still very much fire Canada.
Yeah,
and they're winning despite him.
It's crazy. Like they can't. The Patriots and Steelers are the 2 modern day teams I feel that had so much success. This team wise, organization wise, they can't tank. Fire 2. My guy. But the Steelers 4-2 at number 10. Kenny Pickett has the offense looking a little bit better. DeAndre Johnson came back yesterday. My cousin, I had to call my cousin last night and tell him, man, you are dominating the game. You know what I'm saying? At the defensive end. You know, shout out to my man T. Yeah.
This man slid in at the perfect time.
Steeler Nation.
My man ears was ringing like that's
hey, good money too yesterday. He put in that good bet yesterday. I seen you win a couple $100 off that life bet, man. Shout out to you, brother.
I need that link again. You posted the link once or twice, and I never saw it again. I need that link.
Number 8.
You still doing the betting thing? You still doing like the group betting thing?
Yep, I still got it on my DraftKings. Yeah.
Send it like.
Jamie has been active. Jamie has been putting the bets all weekend.
She be grinding.
Number 8. Bye. But we'll take the one up, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. Like I said earlier, we just need to get in prime, man. Hey, you have to get in prime. You can't be having struggles against these teams that we potentially could be facing, man. If we do get to the postseason, like you got to get it started. Dak, come on, Dak. I hope you're at the crib right now, just chilling and focusing on the game, tapes on the field, practicing. Ryan McCoffey. Potentially, it could happen.
Should happen.
Number 7.
Before they're out of their primes and you wasted it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Gotta get a new coach, man, at some point. 5-2. Down 2 spots from number 5, and that's the Detroit Lions. Defense crashed in Baltimore. They couldn't handle Lamar Jackson. Seems like they was not woken up for this game. As much hype as it got, and as much hype as the Lions got this season. Like I said earlier, this is a crack in the road, but Lions Nation still continue to stand up for your team.
I would think that they didn't need to drop too much because they lost to a really good team, but they got smoked, so you got to drop.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Number 6, dropping 4 spots from number 2. 5-2 Miami Dolphins. Like we said earlier, beat up on the bad teams all you want, but when it comes to games like primetime TV and you're playing a prime rib, you can't be playing you can't play too short. You can't. Regardless of who you got on your roster, who's not playing, you have to come and play. Fire Tua.
He firing everybody.
Yeah, you're fired.
Tua. If you had a choice to fire Tuk or Tua, who would you fire? I hope it's Tua, man. Keep me.
We can replace Tua. We can't replace Tua.
Number 5. 5-2. Upper spot The Jacksonville Jaguars, good showing for them on Thursday night on a short week. Shout out to Trevor Lawrence going out there playing with the injury, and making sure that the Saints live another week in disarray.
I agree. He rushed for like 59 yards with a hurt knee. He was doing his thing.
Quietly, they're trying to make that ascension that they made last year. This seems like it's been a tougher road so far, but I feel like they've played some tough games. Playing in a Thursday night in New Orleans is not an easy game, regardless of what the schedule says with the Saints. You play Buffalo in London, that's not an easy game. You played the Chiefs, the defending champs.
Damn, they had a tough little schedule, huh?
It's a tough little schedule, you know what I'm saying? So shout to them, man. Keep continuing to climb, man. Watch out for these Jacksonville Jaguars.
I like that they're ahead of the Dolphins because they can actually beat a couple good teams.
Yes, they can, and they've proven that in the last few years that they can beat some good teams. Keep it sending. Number 4, up 3 spots from number 7. Big trust, baby. You know what I'm saying? And that's the Baltimore Ravens, man. Hey, I'm gonna say this right now, man. And I've never said it personally.
All looking good.
I always wanted to say it personally. But Lamar might be my top dog in the league. No bullcrap, and it's not even just
he's
like
fun to watch.
It's just that he's must-see TV. He's what was envisioning me and the friends and the homies when we grew up playing football. That guy that would get the ball and if there wasn't a pass available or anything, you just go run the ball and go create some magic and stuff. Lamar is the hood quarterback. I'm gonna say it again. If you've never lived in the neighborhood, never been in the neighborhood, never been in the hood or the ghetto, Lamar is the quarterback for the ghetto in the hood. He may not be the quarterback for your TV screen, but he's damn sure the QB for my TV screen. Big trust, baby. Shout out to Lamar. Shout out to that defense. That fucking defense, man, is key. That defense shut the Lions down yesterday. Every time I was watching game time on Red Zone, the Ravens were having possessions, and it was getting to the end zone every time. And guess what they was doing? They was scoring on them. So shout out to the Ravens, man.
Yeah, Lamar is showing out while passing. He's doing his thing, man. They got him a bunch of pieces. I didn't think that the weapons were too good, but he's making it work with them. He's making it work. He's had some bad games, but he's had a really good game yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. And shout out to as well. Shout out to the coaching staff. Shout out to the new coaching staff offensively in Baltimore. Obviously you got to deal with some typical Raven problems, losing a running back and stuff like that. But in order to continue to hold it, and Lamar's playing, active, having fun, looks like he's having fun again. Had a miserable last year with what ended out the season and all that. So shout out to him. And at number 3, previously number 3, but it looks like they're going to go to like number 10 tonight if they lose to the Vikings. Hold on, let me see where the Vikings are ranked real quick because this may determine where they drop. Damn, they're not all the way down here. Oh, they're 24. Oh yeah, we're gonna see a something shit this week in San Francisco, and they're number 3. Brock Purdy, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? When your offensive players are depleted, hurt, what can you do? They say you're a system guy, but the last 2.5 games you've been playing like that. But I'm not gonna throw no jabs at you. I still think that you're capable of picking up some good games and getting this team, to some places. But in all, this is going to tell the grind. This is what's going to tell your real self, Brock Purdy, and the San Francisco 49ers, man.
This is why when I was seeing all the stuff on social media, comparing him to Joe Montana, some fool even said he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. Pat the brakes, man. Let the kid run a little bit.
You know what's crazy? And I'm going to throw Thomas Edward Brady in here. He's a guy that made people believe that when you're on winning streaks, the way Tom was rolling when he started, or whatever the case was, that you can do that type. Every quarterback that's like young and ascending and stuff. No. And that's where it came from in my mind, coach. Like, you can't. Like, everybody can't. Like, sometimes you can have a equal guy, not all the way equal, but a guy that can be successful too. But you gotta let time marinate, man. You gotta let time come, man, and let them grow. And I feel like professionals in any sport nowadays, they don't get that growth part because what comes with it, the market, the money, all that stuff. and then it's like the play-in and all that comes to effect. And the crazy thing about it is Purdy's never getting paid right now. That's the worst part.
Lewis, I definitely agree with you the way he said you cannot overreact when a QB is finally not special for a game or two. Shit happens, bad games happen. I definitely agree with you. My part I was talking about what people would already put the crown on top of them.
Right, exactly, and I think that's what we all agree on, Lewis. Where we come about, we understand where you're coming from and all, but the fact that you hear chatter, Brock. I mean, that's their QB. Shout out to him, man. Guy won 15 straight games before they can knock him down one time. So you got to give him some clap on the back, definitely.
Give him his flowers.
Absolutely. Hey, Kirk's trying to win on primetime. You know who's been replaced by Kirk? Justin Herbert.
yeah. He's got a similar record.
Prime time, baby. Prime time Herbert. Number 2. Coming up 2 spots from number 4, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Hey, they looked good last night, man. And shrug it off against the Jets. That defense is tough. Hey, we all know the Jets defense is tough. As much as we want to brag and nag about them losing last week, hey, that Jet defense is real, and everybody here can say it. Like Salah said, every QB they played, they made him have some humble pie. So, Jalen Hurts is just another guy on the list. But overall,
let me ask you this.
Yep.
So they look real good last night. I definitely agree with that. But their recent acquisitions, is that kind of a little foretelling that they not only did they have some holes in the roster potentially, but that they know that they aren't as good as they should be in certain areas. Like, I don't understand. Like, Devire, I definitely that was definitely a get. But Julio Jones signing, that one had me scratching my head a little bit.
It kind of scratched my head a bit. Definitely when they signed him, I'm trying to figure out why they signed him.
Why not?
Huh?
Why not? He was cheap. He was cheap, and he adds depth.
No, not in the aspect, not in the aspect it is like, but it's just like we've seen Julio with his last 3 teams.
He's been a shadow of himself.
There's probably been one game,
right? Because all those.
There's probably been one game, and that was the opener when they played Dallas when Dak got hurt. That he looked like a football player still. Other than that, and they bringing him in for leadership to keep A.J. Brown on the hill. I think it's more like a veteran presence in the locker room more than actual play on the field.
I think it's for depth. Just might as well, like, look, if somebody gets hurt, would you rather just some Joe coming on, or would you rather an experienced Julio Jones coming on the field? And also,
Kirk got that laser eye.
And also, all those teams that he played for before here, they were still trying to treat him as a number 1. He's not. But here he won't have to be a number 1. AJ is.
Will we be here at number 2? Number 3?
Yeah, 3, maybe even 4. He doesn't, as long as he doesn't have to be 1 or 2.
Gotcha.
He can become pivotal for this team. I'm not saying that he has no talent still at all. But I just feel like his norm to be an NFL athlete nowadays is not for the stats. I just feel like it's for the overall. Julio Jones has always been a good guy in the locker room. You never heard anything crazy about him. Go there, does his job. It's kind of to keep these young wide receivers on their heels. And if you got to make a catch or 2 of the game, you can still do that.
Yeah, probably a better pickup than the Dolphins getting Claypool.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out why. I mean, the Dolphins just want to be deep, I guess.
Yeah,
and that's why they got him. But Philly at number 2, which brings us to number 1, the undisputed number 1 team in the NFL, the undisputed team in the NFL until Taylor Swift and Kelsey break up before the divisional round game. Tony Romo, Jessica Simpson, and that is the Kansas City Chiefs at 6-1. Hey, they lost week 1 like champions done in the last few years, but this doesn't stop them from having the best record in football.
I don't think they should be number 1.
Who should be number 1?
I think they're only number 1 because of Mahomes.
Our performance?
No, Mahomes. I think Mahomes is the only reason they're number 1. This is, of the top 3 teams, I think this team is the most fragile.
Yeah.
Because if Kelsey goes down, it's gonna be rough. I know he missed the game and they still won, but in a long term or in a big game,
playoffs.
I don't know what they're gonna.
Oh no, definitely. We know that. No. This team. We know what they don't have a lot of pieces that can get hurt and you can still survive. We know that. But organization, coach, the counterparts, they're undisputed right now. Yes, if Kelsey gets hurt, the season may be over. Yes, if Patrick gets hurt, the season may be over. But guess what the hell's not happening right now? They ain't getting hurt. And they still out there every week with the same bullshit. Hold on. I'm acting like Tupac from Juice. With the same bullshit plays, beating the same bullshit teams. That's what the Chiefs are doing right now. That's what they're doing. They lost to Detroit week 1. We talked about Jacksonville, who is a team ascending coming in. They beat Jacksonville. The Jets had no QB, but their QB played his ass off. And their defense was stellar. And Patrick Mahomes still pulled out a win. They go in the schedule and they beat the teams they're supposed to beat. They win those games. I'm not counting championship night because it's championship night, and we look at the last 3 years, all the champions have won the Super Bowl, have not won their week 1 matchup.
Hey, this just did. That McCaffrey guy is pretty good.
What did he just do?
35-yard touchdown on a swing route.
Yeah. Dude's a beast, man.
17-13?
17-13. 17-19.
About to be 19-13, about to be 19-14.
14.
There it is. Yeah, team's pretty good.
Fair enough.
It was pretty good, man.
I would have the Niners number 1, but I get the Mahomes factor. So
yeah, the Mahomes factor is ringing right now, and then with all these teams losing and they still standing up, they're still standing. Hey, this team's supposed to be better this year. This team's supposed to be better this year. The Chiefs are going to descend this year.
Who are their losses? Chiefs got the opening week loss to the Lions, right?
Yep.
Who did the Niners lose to?
To the Browns.
To the Browns. Great defense.
And you can't really hold them either. I mean, but that Browns
Eagles.
Besides yesterday, was smothering teams.
And the Eagles lost to, I'm forgetting.
They lost to the Jets.
The Jets.
Oh, that's the worst loss of the 3. I mean, just
the worst loss of the 3 is to the Jets.
Yeah, because it's.
I don't think so.
It is.
I'm gonna say the worst loss. I'm gonna say the worst loss is the 49ers to the Browns. I'm gonna still say it.
No.
Yes.
No, they have the best defense in the league.
The best defense in the league.
All right. No.
I understand. I understand. PJ Walker. That's a fair point. PJ Walker. But look, the point is that PJ Walker. Yes.
Which win was more impressive?
I'm not even going to argue. That's actually a good point.
Which win
was more impressive?
Yep.
For the teams that won those games?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Jets. We talk about Philly with this. We talk about Philly with the interior 4. The front 4 is crazy, and Zach Wilson and them with motherfucking.
All right, so I'll ask you this: PJ Walker or Zach Wilson? Because that's the answer to your question.
I was gonna get to that. Zach Wilson.
Garbage.
I just think he hasn't had a fair shake in New York.
What?
He hasn't had a fair shake.
Yeah, because he's been throwing all this shake into the stands or to the other team.
No. I understand. No. I understand that, but it's New York, though. We got to realize at the end of the day, it's New York. And you can be the number 2 pick and have a horrible game. Zach Wilson's not familiar with the East Coast. So you come to the East Coast, you think it's like the West Coast. It's not like the West Coast at all. You come to the East Coast, New York going to throw you in the trash. You had one bad game. And Zach's too sensitive for New York. He had a fair shake. They do him in the trash 3 times. But now he's playing right now. Like, come on.
Nah, I won't make any excuses for that man at all. He don't get no kind of leadway or none of that. No.
Well,
Zach Wilson
Lewis
got the heat.
For the simple fact, when he's talking about Garrett and Minshew's turnovers accounted for like 20 points. Is he talking about
he's talking about the
Minshew for the Colts and Garrett for who?
Garrett and Minshew's turnovers accounted for. I'm guessing he's saying what Myles Garrett did, like causing turnovers. Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Myles Garrett. He's just
Myles
Yeah,
Garrett.
Myles Garrett and Minshew's turnover. So basically, Myles Garrett was giving them points. Oh, the Browns were scoring some points yesterday. Regardless of what they gave up, they was giving you some undercover points to make sure you didn't go negative.
Yeah, I just think I think that's I don't know.
Like I said, this is why football is football. Any given Sunday, man, we have to take for granted. We don't have to take for granted that teams are gonna go out there and perform when you don't think they're gonna perform. And then, locks can be true locks, and then they could be upsets and all that, man. That's why we love the game so much. That's why we wake up every Sunday like, damn, NFL's on.
So here's the reason why I still lean towards the Cleveland game being more impressive. We knew where we're getting with Philly as far as they got a new offense coordinator. They seem like something's off. The line's a little bit suspect, and it just got a pretty decent defense. I'm just going off the pure notion of Cleveland beat San Francisco up. San Francisco usually the bully. They come into your stadium, they punch you in the mouth. They knocked out Trent Williams. They knocked out Debo. They knocked out CMC. They beat them up that Sunday.
Yeah, that was rough.
But I think they gave the blueprint to everybody else on how to deal with San Francisco.
I mean,
He's just getting done, though.
The blueprint is have Myles Garrett. Like that's that's not exactly.
But it kind of reminds me of back when San Francisco and Dallas used to play each other back in the old days. Dallas used to manhandle. The book always on Steve Young. If you get to him early, get him off the point, make him uncomfortable, it's a wrap for him. And San Francisco figured, you know what? We need to be the front runner and punch them in the mouth. I'm losing.
This is hilarious.
There's a no game, but being given
-0.6 fan points.
He cost points.
Lewis needed to be rebooted. Oh, I was lost. Yeah, Browns is arguably more impressive. A few points taken away from the injuries, but no one is expected that from the Browns. Yeah. Fascinating.
Because for me, I got the Jets defense because they've been somewhat producing for the year, but that whole Cleveland, I hadn't been keeping up with Cleveland until after the game. I was like, whoa.
You know when it started though? Do you know what it started though? It started the array of like we forget that, like we just mentioned every time, any given Sunday, anything unpredictable could happen. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why y'all feel like the Browns win was more impressive, and that's cool. I understand that. You know, you didn't expect that, but you gotta expect this stuff sometimes. You know, especially coach, you're in the right frame because you don't think Brock's really that guy. So at some point, it may take an unpredictable team to let Brock Purdy know he ain't really that guy. And that was the Browns, despite the defense and all that stuff. But crazy thing is, the Browns, Jets, and who was the other?
The Lions. That's a reasonable.
Yeah. The Lions. Their defenses are all respectable. I mean, the Lions wasn't yesterday, but hey. It happened.
It was also the first game of the season, so
yeah, definitely, man. Hey, top 10 rankings with a little bit of spice, man. How y'all like that?
That's what I'm talking about.
How y'all love that? Hey,
we got an update.
Go ahead, shoot it out.
Got an update. Somebody acted a damn fool this weekend.
Who acted a fool this weekend?
That all over there. Took went 8-4 so far.
I told everybody it was coming. I was looking at the upsets. I'm like, yeah. I was like, Ravens? Yeah. Hold on. Who else I picked?
And he picked Minnesota to win.
I told y'all it just takes 1 week and I'm gonna shake this down, but I'm still like in second probably because I know I overpassed Will. Jake.
No, you close the gap, dog. You definitely close the gap because
you passed me,
Jake and myself, we all went 4-8.
Horrible.
I'm telling y'all, I was loving the picks as the week was coming in. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get it. I'm falling in it. You know what I'm saying? And shout out, man. You made me happy with saying that, man.
He wasn't confident. Go watch the show. He was like,
hey,
just take
I'm be real. No, but I told y'all when I made the picks last week, I'm saying, yo, I have to try to spice this up because
separation.
Sometimes it's like, okay, we can all go the same picks, but we have to. We try to have to. The whole thing is try to separate ourselves. To try to get to that first place prize. Because mind you, man.
I did that this week and that shit cost me.
Sometimes it's going to bite you in the ass, man. Hey, next week ain't going to be the same results for me. This might be my winningest week of the season. And I'm going to enjoy it.
So we potentially, by the end of the night, because Tuke is the only one that took Minnesota, Tuke can be tied with me for first place by the end of the night.
My God.
You hear that, Lewis? I can't be on Will's podcast. It looks like right now, but
he remembered
Can't
that.
play
That's
his
hilarious.
to go for it.
I'm gonna remember that. That's like a moment, right? I got it in my notes. I got that quote in my notes.
I wrote it on the wall. I see it. It's on my bathroom mirror.
Classic Lewis.
And when you becoming a brand, and when you're becoming a brand, man, it's more than just coming out here and talk, because a lot of people can do that. It's just about how organic, you know what I'm saying, it feels. And the fact that we can say stuff, take stuff, you know, throw it in the archives of the notes and, you know, go back to stuff and, you know, receipts, real receipts, you know what I'm saying? It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, but in all, this is why we don't do it for the receipts or nothing. But hey, it's good once in a while, man. Say, hey, man, remember you said that? Mm-hmm. Or for instance, Jake, you said Dalvin Cook was a top 5 running back. Dalvin Cook, Breida said, causing them points in him playing. So everything.
Hey,
the Bears can win the North. Like, you know, like I can't be like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll be the first.
Oh, he got that bitch. He got that bitch.
Oh, you watching baseball?
Yes, sir. Solo
Whatever.
shot, baby.
Let's go. What's the score?
Oh, that's a 2-runner. 10-2, baby. Let's go.
Hey, we gonna throw a party, Rangers party tomorrow on the chop up. You know what I'm saying? World Series tip off party, man, with Coach, man.
Nope, there's no sports in the chop up. You gonna have to wait your ass till Wednesday, like everybody else.
I would gladly wait till Wednesday.
No. We ain't gonna wait till Wednesday. We gonna have an introductory 3-minute party for Coach of the Texas Rangers. I'm gonna bring my Astros hat with me. You know what I'm saying, to the party. Wouldn't be right.
I'm not coming. I'm protesting.
TJ Hawkinson was just hurt during the last play.
Yeah, I saw he was rolling around on the ground.
Oh, really?
Yo, did you see the meme with that had Watson? I know you saw it. That had Watson laid out on the ground, and it was like, look, he thinks he's on a massage table again. Like they
Cosby time.
Right, you posted it with Cosby time. It's hilarious.
I was acting a fool, man. I was posting stuff all day today, man. It's crazy. Hey, fellas, I know this is our football topic. Oh, matter of fact, we'll keep it all backstage, man. Have a little backstage chat for about 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? God bless the guys. But shout outs for the night.
I was about to be like, damn, we at that point of the show already? All right, well, I get, yeah. Man, this one flew by. Shout out to everybody who joined us. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Bree. Shout out to Lewis. Y'all was the most contributing. Yeah, man, shout out to you fellas. And shout out to the NFL. One of the craziest week I've seen in the NFL in a while. Like a lot of upsets. It was nuts.
Hey, shout out to you fellas. I enjoyed this as always.
Mm-hmm.
My apologies, because I was like, You
good. I was watching the game myself. Not that game though.
But man, y'all gonna see your boy go live tonight, probably, man. It's going down. Appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to the
man. Shout out to the Texas Rangers, man. Hey, Nolan Ryan. We need a Nolan Ryan moment.
I wanted to point out, so like anybody who's familiar with confidence picks, it's when you pick every game for the week and then you label them, you give them a number ranking for your confidence, and it's 1 through 16. Mm-hmm. 16 is the game you're most confident in, 1 obviously the least confident. So on average, people average around the 80 to 90 mark for points scored in the week. The most you can score is 136. The highest score for this week in a pool of 36 people was 51. It was a rough week. It was a rough ass week, man. So if you had bad picks this week or lost bets, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, man.
Start it up again next week. You'll be good.
Get back to the drawing board and get some more. You know what I'm saying? Nah, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. You have bad juju. You'll end up having to sell your house. And we don't want you doing that. Be safe. Shout out to all y'all that tuned in tonight, man, on the play call sheet. Incredible crowd tonight. I don't know who was in the crowd. Not a lot of people, but a lot of credible, wonderful comments that kept us going, man. So shout out to Lewis, Bree, Maurice. I think there was a couple other people in here, but those are the most entertaining people of the night. You guys get shining stars. Remember that. One shining star each for you guys. You know? And at the end of the week, whoever has the most shining stars, we're gonna have a segment for you.
He's lying.
No, we are. We have a segment for you.
I bet.
We'll talk about your team. We'll talk about your team on the next play call sheet to open up next week, rather they win or lose. Bree, the Vikings better not lose this game. I'll tell you that, Bree, right now. I told you about 4 times this season. The Vikings lose, you read the same in comments. So, Fight better not lose tonight. Kurt better not lose tonight. You better not mess up my record. All right.
Damn, Jordan Addison got hurt a little bit. Hope he's all right.
Hold on. And guess what? If Kurt just don't mess the game up, another Saints fan's going to be mad at me, and that's Unc. You know what I'm saying? Me and Unc is in a pivotal. I felt like the 49ers, you know what I'm saying, on top of the STWF league. Then I lose to Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? And then
yo, this man already has 6 catches for 110 and 2 tutties.
Who? Addison? Yeah. And he had a 60-yarder. Kirk threw a 60 ball.
I know. I saw that. I got a quick question. If he stays like, if they're in a rebuild mode and he turns out to be everything like that he's showing he can be.
No, you don't move JJ.
Okay. Just checking.
They are vital with 2 wide receivers like that, man.
I think they will. I think their rebuild will consist of them moving on from the quarterback.
No,
you bring in a younger guy, you're gonna need the weapons for.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't jinxed nobody. I said it after he got hurt. That's what I talked about.
Hey, man, we're always gonna remember Jordan Addison. We're always gonna know Jordan. We're always gonna remember Jordan Addison here. I think out of all the people I know in this world, we're the only 3 that discussed Jordan Addison. I think and literally just speaking like the NIL whole thing like that. There's stuff that we talk about on the show that you don't hear, and this is why I love doing this. You know what I'm saying? It takes me out of the commercial wave. You know, though I've been out the commercial wave ever since I started the show. I used to tell Coach Young this every day, man. Commercial, Jamie 94.5, which they call it up here. I'm not down with that wave, man. Hot 977 New York wave. You know what I'm saying? That's what we down with. So shout out to all y'all tuning in tonight, man. Sammy Sosa.
Stephen A. Watt.
I used to call myself Stephen A. Watt. But I've come to know like those Stephen gave me the pipe. Stephen gave me the pipeline. You know, I'm here now. Stephen, I don't need you no more, man. You was good while you lasted, dog. But right now, I think I'm better than Stephen A. Smith. But don't tell him that.
Explosion, Lewis.
All right, we up out here. Now you can officially take us out, too.
Send me Sosa!
This podcast and others on STWF TV, the podcasting network, wherever you get podcasts.